So, well, today we will discuss a new topic, eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Broadly speaking, characteristic values or characteristic vector. So, here we have characteristic equation. What is characteristic equation and symbolically how we can represent this characteristic equation. So, before we define this term characteristic equation, first we should define what is characteristic matrix, what is characteristic polynomial, then we can define this characteristic equation, and then characteristic values which is also known as eigenvalues, and characteristic vectors which are also known as eigenvectors, and finally definition of orthogonal vectors. So, let us define this characteristic matrix. So, let A is equal to Aij n by n. This one is a square matrix. A is equal to Aij n by n. Be any square matrix of order n, and lambda be a scalar. Okay. So, let A is equal to Aij n by n be any square matrix of order n and lambda be any scalar. Then the matrix A minus lambda I is unit matrix. Okay. So, A minus lambda I, this matrix can be written as A11 minus lambda, A12, A1n, A21, A22 minus lambda, A2n, An1, An2, Ann minus lambda. Okay. So, this matrix is called characteristic matrix of A. This is called characteristic matrix of A. So, what is A? A is a square matrix of order n by n, and lambda be any scalar. Then A minus lambda I is equal to this, here minus lambda, here minus lambda, here minus lambda. Okay. So, is called, so this type of matrix is called characteristic matrix of A, where I is unit matrix of the order n, unit matrix of the order n. Then define what is characteristic polynomial. Okay. What is characteristic polynomial? So, we have given this characteristic matrix. The determinant of characteristic matrix, is called characteristic polynomial. So, when you take determinant of this matrix, okay, that determinant is nothing but known as characteristic polynomial. Okay. Or in other words, the determinant A minus lambda I, this sign of determinant is equal to these two lines A11 minus lambda, A12, A1n and so on, Ann minus lambda. So, when you solve this determinant, we obtain a polynomial. In lambda, right. So, when you solve this polynomial, this determinant, okay, we obtain a ordinary polynomial in lambda, and the degree of that polynomial is n. Okay. So, this type of determinant is nothing but known as characteristic polynomial of the matrix A. Okay. So, this one is the characteristic matrix, and when we consider the determinant of this characteristic matrix, okay, we obtain the characteristic polynomial. So, when you solve this result, this determinant, you will get ordinary polynomial in lambda, okay, and of degree n, and n degree means 1, 2, 3 and so on n. Here we have n rows, right, and the coefficient of lambda raised to power n is minus and so on, minus means minus 1 power n. That one is the coefficient of lambda power n. Okay. Next one is what is characteristic equation. So, when this determinant is equal to 0, okay, when determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0, that one is known as characteristic equation. Okay. So, the equation determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0 is called characteristic equation of A. characteristic equation of A. So, if we have given matrix A, then you can write characteristic matrix, you can write characteristic polynomial, and that polynomial equal to 0, we obtain characteristic equation. Okay. और देखिए जब हमारे पास कोई इक्वेशन है तो उसके रूट्स भी होंगे. ओके, एंड दोज रूट्स आर नोन एज characteristic roots of A, right? So, the roots of characteristic equation, the roots of characteristic equation, that is the roots of this equation are called the characteristic roots. And characteristic roots are also known as latent roots, characteristic values, eigenvalues or proper values of the matrix A. Okay? तो अगर क्वेश्चन ये आ जाए कि फाइंड द आइगन वैल्यूज ऑफ ए मैट्रिक्स ए, तो आपको क्या करना है, डिटरमिनेंट ए माइनस लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू 0, इस इक्वेशन को सॉल्व करना है और लैम्डा की वैल्यू को इवेलुएट करना है. ओके, सो दैट वन इज कैरेक्टरिस्टिक वैल्यूज और आइगन वैल्यूज ऑफ द मैट्रिक्स ए. ओके, and suppose we have a matrix of order 3, right? If we have a matrix of order 3, then we have 3 roots. Okay? So, determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0. When you solve, you will get cubic equation. Okay? When we have cubic equation, means we have 3 roots of lambda. Suppose lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. So, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3 are 3 eigenvalues of the matrix A. So, what is spectrum? The set of all eigenvalues. The set of all eigenvalues of A is called spectrum of A. The set of all eigenvalues of A is called spectrum of A. So, here we have one important remark. If lambda is an characteristic, is an eigenvalue of a matrix A. Okay, eigenvalue means characteristic roots. So, if lambda is a characteristic root of the matrix A, then by definition determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0, because lambda is the root of this equation. Okay. So, when lambda is the root of this equation, this means this satisfy this equation. Okay. Determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0, and determinant A minus lambda is equal to 0 means the matrix, this characteristic matrix is singular. This characteristic matrix is singular, and characteristic matrix is singular means there exists a non-zero vector capital X. There exists a non-zero vector capital X. This means capital X is not equal to O. O means null matrix. That is such that A minus lambda I x is equal to 0. A minus lambda I x is equal to 0, and when you solve this part, we obtain Ax is equal to lambda x. So, Ax is equal to lambda x shows that lambda is an eigenvalue of A. Lambda is an eigenvalue of A, and what is x? X is a non-zero vector. Now, this non-zero vector is known as eigenvector. Okay. So, next definition, characteristic vector or eigenvector. So, if lambda is a characteristic root of n by n matrix A, then a non-zero vector capital X, clear, which is x is not equal to O, such that Ax is equal to lambda x is called a characteristic vector or eigenvector or latent vector of A, and this latent vector or this eigenvector corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda. So, this means that suppose we have a equation, we have a matrix of order 3 by 3, then we have 3 eigenvalues. Suppose lambda 1 is first eigenvalue, lambda 2 is second eigenvalue, lambda 3 is third eigenvalue. So, corresponding to lambda 1, we have a eigenvector, let us suppose capital X1. Okay. Similarly, corresponding to lambda 2, we have another non-zero eigenvector, okay, and that one is capital X2. Similarly, lambda is equal to 3, we have another eigenvector corresponding to lambda 3, and that one is known as capital X3. Okay. So, this lambda is an eigenvalue of n by n matrix A, then non-zero vector capital X, such that Ax is equal to lambda x is called eigenvalue of A corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda, corresponding to the eigenvalue lambda. So, capital X is eigenvector. So, question is, what is the relation between eigenvalue and eigenvector, or characteristic value or characteristic vector? What is the relation in between these two? means what is the relation between lambda and capital X. Okay. So, we have one result, prove that if lambda is an eigenvalue of a matrix A, if lambda is an eigenvalue of a matrix A, if and only if and only if there exists a non-zero vector such that Ax is equal to lambda x. So, we have two parts of this theorem. First, if we have given lambda is an eigenvalue of A, then you have to show that Ax is equal to lambda x. And second part is, if we have given Ax is equal to lambda x, then we have to show that lambda is an eigenvalue of a matrix A. So, suppose lambda is an eigenvalue of matrix A. Okay. So, if lambda is an eigenvalue of a matrix A, this means determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0, because lambda is an eigenvalue of matrix A. This means lambda is an root of this equation, and this equation is characteristic equation. So, determinant A minus lambda is equal to 0, and this result imply matrix A minus lambda I is singular. Okay. Therefore, the matrix equation A minus lambda I x is equal to O possesses a non-zero solution. So, the equation A minus lambda I x is equal to O possesses a non-zero solution. So, this one is the homogeneous linear linear equations, homogeneous linear type of equations. So, when you solve, we get the value of x non-zero, right? We have non-zero value. So, the matrix equation A minus lambda I x is equal to 0 possesses a non-zero solution. This means that is there exists a non-zero vector capital X such that A minus lambda I x is equal to O. And when you solve this one, we obtain Ax is equal to lambda x. So, when lambda is an eigenvalue of A, okay, then Ax is equal to lambda x. Okay. Now, let us prove converse part of this result. Conversely, suppose there exists a non-zero vector such that Ax is equal to lambda x. Suppose this statement is given, Ax is equal to lambda x. This means A minus lambda I x is equal to 0. And since the matrix equation A minus lambda I x is equal to 0 possesses a non-zero solution, this means the coefficient matrix A minus lambda I must be singular. Must be singular, because this equation possesses a non-zero solution. Okay. And we know when this possesses a non-zero solution, this means that the coefficient matrix A minus lambda I must be singular. Must be singular means determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0. Hence, and this is 0 means lambda is an eigenvalue of A, and this completes the proof. Okay. This completes the proof. So, in this way, you can prove this important result. If lambda is an eigenvalue of A, then definitely there exists a non-zero vector capital X such that Ax is equal to lambda x. And if Ax is equal to lambda x, where x is non-zero vector, then definitely lambda is an eigenvalue of A. So, this means that this equation Ax is equal to lambda x shows that lambda is an eigenvalue of A and capital X be the corresponding eigenvector. Okay. So, next result is prove that if x is an eigenvector of A, prove that if x be an eigenvector of A, then x cannot correspond to more than one eigenvalues of A. If x is an eigenvector of A, then x cannot correspond to more than one eigenvalues of A. तो ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा, ठीक है. अगर दो आइगन वैल्यूज अलग अलग हैं, लैम्डा 1 इज नॉट इक्वल टू लैम्डा 2, क्लियर, तो इन दोनों का जो आइगन वेक्टर होगा वो सेम कभी नहीं हो सकता, और अगर सेम है देन लैम्डा 1 इज इक्वल टू लैम्डा 2, right? So if x is an eigenvector of a matrix A, then x cannot correspond to more than one eigenvalues of A. So let us suppose that x be an eigenvector of A corresponding to two eigenvalues, two distinct eigenvalues, lambda 1 and lambda 2. Clear? So corresponding to lambda 1 we have x eigenvector, corresponding to lambda 2 we have x eigenvector. Let us suppose, okay? Then by definition Ax is equal to lambda 1 x and Ax is equal to lambda 2 x by definition. This means lambda 1 is an eigenvalue of A and x be the corresponding eigenvector. And this result means lambda 2 has an eigenvalue of A and capital X with the corresponding eigenvector. But Ax is Ax. This means lambda 1 x is equal to lambda 2 x. So therefore, lambda 1 x is equal to lambda 2 x. But capital X is not equal to 0. Clear? So this means lambda 1 minus lambda 2 x is equal to 0, but capital X is not equal to 0. Clear? This means lambda 1 minus lambda 2 is equal to 0. This means lambda 1 is equal to lambda 2. This completes the proof of this important result. Okay? So if X is an eigenvector of a matrix A, then X cannot correspond to more than one eigenvalue of the matrix A. Okay. Then now we will discuss few properties of eigenvalues. Okay. So first property of eigenvalue is show that the sum of eigenvalues of a matrix, sum of eigenvalues lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3, if we have A of order 3, okay, then sum of eigenvalues means lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3. Clear? The sum of the eigenvalues of a matrix is the sum of the elements of the principal diagonal. तो देखिए ये थ्योरम अगर रियली ट्रू है तब तो आप जितने भी आइगन वैल्यूज निकलेंगी उनको आप वेरीफाई कर सकते हो. आपने क्या करना है, जितने भी आइगन वैल्यूज निकलेंगे, सपोज A is 3/3 मैट्रिक्स, देन वी हैव लैम्डा 1 प्लस लैम्डा 2 प्लस लैम्डा 3. दैट वन इज द सम ऑफ आइगन वैल्यूज एंड दैट वन इज इक्वल टू A11 प्लस A22 प्लस A33 मीन्स सम ऑफ द एलिमेंट्स लाइंग इन द प्रिंसिपल डायगोनल. ओके, अगर ये इक्वल नहीं है तो इसका मतलब कहीं ना कहीं आपकी आइगन वैल्यूज करेक्ट नहीं है. ओके, सो शो दैट द सम ऑफ द आइगन वैल्यूज ऑफ ए मैट्रिक्स इज द सम ऑफ द एलिमेंट्स ऑफ द प्रिंसिपल डायगोनल. एंड सेकंड पार्ट, प्रोडक्ट ऑफ द आइगन वैल्यूज ऑफ ए मैट्रिक्स A, product means lambda 1 into lambda 2 into lambda 3. Okay, so that one is equal to its determinant. Very interesting, its determinant. इसका मतलब lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3 is definitely equal to determinant of A. So we have to prove this type of important verification of these eigenvalues. Okay, so consider, in particular, consider a square matrix of order 3. A11, A12, A13, A22, A21, A22, A23, A31, A32, A33. So let us consider this type of square matrix. Then calculate determinant A minus lambda I. Determinant A minus lambda I is here minus lambda, minus lambda, minus lambda, and determinant sign. Okay, and when you solve, then first term we obtain minus lambda cube. So lambda cube का coefficient जो है वो -1 आ रहा है. Reason is minus 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 means -1 power 3, and that one is -1. Okay, so minus lambda cube. Then the coefficient of lambda square is A11 plus A22 plus A33. When you solve this determinant, you will get the coefficient of lambda square is the sum of the elements lying in the principal diagonal, right? Then just sign this lambda into coefficient. Clear? Then independent term, and let us suppose that this result is 1. Okay, you can write here if you calculate. Okay, no problem. Now this one is first important result. Now if lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3 be the eigenvalues of A, then by definition these are the roots of the characteristic equation, and the characteristic polynomial is determinant A minus lambda I. And this means that when lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3 are eigenvalues of A, this means that lambda 1 minus lambda, lambda 2 minus lambda, lambda 3 minus lambda, we have 3 factors. Okay, और इक्वेशन बनानी हो तो इक्वल टू 0 कर लो तो लैम्डा की वैल्यू लैम्डा 1, लैम्डा 2, लैम्डा 3 ऑटोमेटिकली आ जाएगी. ओके, सो व्हेन यू मल्टीप्लाई दीज 3 फैक्टर्स वी ऑब्टेन -1 पावर 3 and lambda minus lambda 1, lambda minus lambda 2, lambda minus lambda 3, and multiply these 3 factors. First, coefficient of lambda cube is -1, coefficient of lambda square is lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3, coefficient of lambda is this, and independent term is this lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. Clear? Now A minus lambda I determined, A minus lambda I determined, both are same, right? Both are same. So, this means that this result and this result are same, comparing the coefficient of lambda square. So, when you compare the coefficient of lambda square, okay, so lambda 1 plus lambda 2 plus lambda 3 is equal to A11 plus A22 plus A33. This means that the sum of the eigenvalues of a matrix A is equal to the sum of the elements of the principal diagonal. Okay. So, this completes the first part. Okay. So, equating the right hand side of 1 and 2 and corresponding coefficients of lambda square, we obtain this value, we obtain this result. Okay. Now, second is product of eigenvalues of a matrix A is equal to its determinant. Now, see, when lambda is equal to 0, clear, we obtain simply determinant A, here determinant A. Now, lambda is equal to 0 means this term is 0, this term is 0, this term is 0, and we get only lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, clear, lambda 2, lambda 3 and lambda 2, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3. So, putting lambda is equal to 0 here into, we get determinant A is equal to only this term, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3, and this is nothing but product of the eigenvalues of A is equal to its determinant, and this completes the result. So, this theorem is very, very important, this property is very, very important. Okay. So, always remember, especially जब आप eigen values निकालोगे और उनकी verification करोगे, in that case this theorem is very useful. Okay. Now, second property, if lambda is an eigenvalue of A, then show that 1 over lambda is an eigenvalue of A inverse. If lambda is an eigenvalue of A, then 1 over lambda is an eigenvalue of A inverse. Okay. So, let us consider lambda is an eigenvalue of A and x be the corresponding eigenvector, So, x corresponding to lambda, then by definition Ax is equal to lambda x, Now, pre-multiplying by A inverse. So, pre-multiplying by A inverse means A inverse A means x, right, and A inverse here and lambda x as it is, and this result means lambda A inverse x, and this can be written as 1 over lambda x is equal to A inverse x, because A inverse exists, this implies A is non-singular, and A is non-singular means lambda is not equal to 0, clear, lambda is not equal to 0. So, when lambda is not equal to 0, so this means we can divide this x by lambda, clear. So, reason behind this division is since A inverse is exist, okay, and this existence means A is non-singular, and A is non-singular means lambda is not equal to 0. Okay. So, this result imply A inverse x is equal to 1 over lambda x, and this shows that 1 over lambda is an eigenvalue of A inverse. 1 over lambda is an eigenvalue of A inverse. On the same line, lambda is an eigenvalue of A and x be the corresponding eigenvector. Here 1 over lambda is an eigenvalue of A inverse and capital X be the eigenvector. Okay. So, 1 over lambda is an eigenvalue of A inverse. This completes the proof of this property. Okay. Now, third property, if lambda is an eigenvalue of the orthogonal matrix, then show that 1 over lambda is also its eigenvalue. 1 over lambda is also its eigenvalue. Now, since we know that lambda is an eigenvalue of a matrix A, then 1 over lambda is an eigenvalue of A inverse by property number 2. Okay? Just we have proved this result. If lambda is an eigenvalue of A, then 1 over lambda is an eigenvalue of A inverse. But here we have given A is orthogonal. A is orthogonal means A dash is equal to I, and A dash is equal to I means A inverse is equal to A dash. So, A inverse is equal to A dash. So, this means 1 over lambda is an eigenvalue of A dash, clear. But matrices A and A dash have the same eigenvalues. A is a matrix and A dash is its transpose. Okay. The eigenvalues are same, right. So, the matrices A and A dash have the same eigenvalues. This means Reason is determinant A minus lambda I and determinant A dash minus lambda I are the same. Clear? So this means 1 over lambda is also an eigenvalue of A. This completes the proof. Okay. So by virtue of basic concept or basic definitions, you can prove all these properties in a simple form, simple way. Now property number 4, show that if lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda n are eigenvalues of a matrix A, latent values means eigenvalues of matrix A, then A square has the eigenvalues lambda 1 square, lambda 2 square, lambda n square and so on. So let us suppose that lambda is an eigenvalue of a matrix A, and when lambda is an eigenvalue of a matrix A, then there exists a non-zero vector capital X such that Ax is equal to lambda x. Clear? So pre-multiplying both sides by A, so we obtain Ax is equal to A lambda x. So A means A square x, and lambda outside, so lambda Ax. And Ax we know lambda x. Ax we know lambda x. Clear? So this means A square x is equal to lambda square x. So A square x is equal to lambda square x means lambda square is an eigenvalue of A square, right? So since x is non-zero vector, therefore lambda square is an eigenvalue of a matrix A square. Clear? So therefore if lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 3 are the eigenvalues of a matrix A, then lambda 1 square, lambda 2 square and so on lambda n square are the eigenvalues of the matrix A square. Similarly, you can find if these are the eigenvalues of A, then A cube has eigenvalues lambda 1 cube, lambda 2 cube, lambda 3 cube and so on. This one is the fifth property. On the same line, so again pre-multiplying both sides by A, you will get finally A cube x is equal to lambda cube x. Okay. So that result shows that this then A cube has the eigenvalues lambda 1 cube, lambda 2 cube and so on lambda n cube. And proceeding in the same way, right? If lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda n are the eigenvalues of a matrix A, then show that A raised to power m has the eigenvalues lambda 1 power m, lambda 2 power m, lambda n power n, where n being a positive integer. Okay. So generalization of property number 4, 5, we obtain this property number 6. Okay. Now one more property. If lambda is an eigenvalue of a non-singular matrix A, here matrix is given non-singular, means determinant A is not equal to 0, right? So determinant A is not equal to 0 means lambda is not equal to 0. Okay. Show that determinant A over lambda is an eigenvalue of adjoint A. Okay, adjoint A. So here lambda is an eigenvalue of non-singular matrix A. This means lambda is not equal to 0 because of non-singular matrix A. And if lambda is an eigenvalue of A, then there exists a non-zero vector capital X such that Ax is equal to lambda x. Ax is equal to lambda x. अब हमें शो क्या करना है? Determinant A over lambda is an eigenvalue of adjoint A. So we have to show that adjoint A x is equal to determinant A divided by lambda x. ये हमें प्रूव करना है. Okay. So pre-multiplying both sides by adjoint A. So adjoint A Ax is equal to adjoint A lambda x. And this means adjoint A. So adjoint A Ax is equal to lambda outside. So adjoint A x. And adjoint A means we know A inverse is adjoint A determinant A divided by determinant A. And this means adjoint A is equal to determinant A I. So this one is I. Determinant A is number, right? So multiply this by I. So adjoint A is equal to determinant A I. So this determinant A I. And this right side is lambda adjoint A x. Lambda adjoint A x. So this means determinant A x is equal to A adjoint A x, and this result imply determinant A over lambda, right? Over lambda. So determinant A over lambda x is equal to adjoint A x, and this can be written as adjoint A x is equal to determinant A over lambda x, and this completes the proof. This means this determinant A over lambda is an eigenvalue of adjoint A and capital X be the eigenvector. So, since X is a non-zero vector, right, non-zero vector, then this one is eigenvalue of the matrix adjoint A. This completes the proof. Okay. So, in this way you can prove all such type of properties. Okay. Now, property number 8. Property number 8, this property is also important. Show that eigenvalues of a triangular matrix, eigenvalues of a triangular matrix are equal to the elements of the principal diagonal. तो देखिए अगर आपके पास triangular matrix है, maybe upper triangular or maybe lower triangular, okay. So if we have a triangular matrix, उसकी जो आप eigenvalues निकालोगे, वो eigenvalues वही होंगी जो principal diagonals में element exist करते हैं. Clear? So eigenvalues of a triangular matrix are equal to okay, the elements of the principal diagonal. So let us suppose that A be a triangular matrix of order n. In fact, we consider here upper triangular matrix. So A11, A12, A1n, 0, A22 and so on, A2n, so on, 0, 0, A n n. Okay. Eigenvalues कैसे निकालते हो? Determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0. So calculate determinant A minus lambda I. So here minus lambda, here minus lambda, here minus lambda and other members as it is, right? And use the sign of determinant. So when you calculate this determinant, it will give A11 minus lambda, A22 minus lambda and so on ANN minus lambda, right? And what is the equation? Equation is this result is equal to 0, clear? Means determinant A minus lambda I is equal to 0. The roots of these equations are nothing but known as eigenvalues. So what are the roots? Roots are lambda is equal to A11, A22, ANN. Means this result is equal to 0 means that A11, lambda is A11, lambda is A22, lambda is ANN. Clear? So these are the roots of this upper triangular matrix. And hence the eigenvalues of A, are A11, A22 and so on ANN, and these members are nothing, these elements are nothing but are diagonal elements of A, clear? So this means if eigenvalues of a triangular matrix are equal to the elements of the principal diagonal of the matrix A, okay. So this completes the proof of this important property, okay. So next property is slightly difficult, okay, but very, very important. Show that eigenvalues of a unitary matrix have the absolute value 1. Or in other words, we can ask this problem like this way. Show that the eigenvalues of a unitary matrix are of unit modulus. So unitary matrix, we know what is unitary matrix. A square matrix A is said to be unitary if A theta A is equal to I, okay. So suppose A is unitary matrix, this implies A theta A is equal to I. So this first result is given, okay, because this is because of unitary matrix. Now let us suppose lambda is an eigenvalue of a matrix A and X be the eigenvector, then Ax is equal to lambda x. This statement is also given. Ax is equal to lambda x. Clear? Now, taking conjugate transpose of both side 1. Taking conjugate transpose of both side 1. Ax theta is equal to lambda x theta. This means x theta A theta is equal to lambda bar x theta. Lambda bar. Okay? Dash nahi lagana hai. Lambda bar only x theta. Now from 1 and 2, this one is 2 and this one is 1. Multiply in such a way that x theta A theta, Ax, that one is equal to lambda bar x theta, okay, x theta, lambda x. Clear? So multiply in such a way. So we obtain x theta A theta as it is, Ax as it is, lambda bar lambda x theta x. Lambda bar lambda x theta x. Now this can be written as lambda theta Now this a theta a. So a theta a x is equal to lambda bar lambda x theta x. But a theta a is I. A theta a is I. So this means x theta I x is equal to lambda bar lambda x theta x. And this means x theta x is equal to lambda bar lambda x theta x. This implies x theta x within the bracket lambda lambda bar minus 1 is equal to 0. Is equal to 0. But capital X is non-zero vector. So x theta is obviously non-zero, then this product is non-zero. Clear? So since this product is non-zero, this means lambda minus lambda lambda bar minus 1 is equal to 0. And this result 0 means lambda lambda bar is equal to 1. And this lambda lambda bar is equal to 1 means magnitude of lambda square is equal to 1. And lambda square is equal to 1 means magnitude of lambda is equal to 1. This completes the proof. Okay. The eigenvalue of a unitary matrix have the absolute value 1. Okay. So the eigenvalues of a unitary matrix have the absolute value 1. This completes the proof of this result. तो इस टाइप की अगर प्रॉब्लम आ जाए, ठीक है, एग्जाम में कभी भी आ जाए, तो आपको थोड़ा ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा कि इस प्रॉब्लम में सॉल्व कैसे करना है. ठीक है, आपको शो क्या करना है इस प्रॉब्लम में, ये शो करना है. ओके, और इसको शो करने के लिए आपको क्या शो करना पड़ेगा, ये शो करना पड़ेगा. और इसको शो करने के लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, लैम्डा बार इज इक्वल टू 1 शो करना पड़ेगा. और इसको शो करने के लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, लैम्डा लैम्डा बार माइनस 1 इज इक्वल टू 0 को शो करना पड़ेगा. क्लियर? तो देखिए, जो प्रूव करना है वहां से आप चलो और देखिएगा कि आपको निकालना क्या, और ये रिजल्ट कैसे आ सकता है, लैम्डा लैम्डा बार प्रोडक्ट ऑफ टू वैल्यूज कैसे आ सकता है, जब आप इस टाइप का प्रोडक्ट लोगे, इस टाइप का प्रोडक्ट लोगे तभी ये पॉसिबल है. अदरवाइज ये रिजल्ट ऐसे पॉसिबल नहीं हो पाएगा. क्लियर? अगर आप ध्यान से देखो तभी ये चीज यहां पे स्टैंड कर रही है. ओके, तभी ये चीज यहां पे स्टैंड कर रही है, अदरवाइज ये चीज नहीं आती. क्लियर? नाउ वन मोर इंटरेस्टिंग theorem property, show that eigenvalues of a Hermitian matrix are real. Very interesting. Eigenvalues of a Hermitian matrix are real. So let us suppose lambda is an eigenvalue of a Hermitian matrix and capital X be the corresponding eigenvector. Then by definition this statement is given, Ax is equal to lambda x. This is given, Ax is equal to lambda x. Now pre-multiplying both sides by x theta. So when you multiply both sides by x theta, we obtain x theta Ax is equal to x theta lambda x, which is equal to x theta Ax, which is equal to lambda x theta x. So this expression number 2. Okay. Now taking transposed conjugate of both sides 2, taking transposed conjugate of both sides of 2, we get x theta Ax theta is equal to lambda x theta x theta. So this means x theta, this one, this x is x theta, a is a theta, and this one is this one, x theta theta, is equal to lambda theta means lambda bar, x theta, this x theta means this x theta, and this x theta theta means x theta theta, and you know x theta theta is x. Okay, so this means x theta a theta. What is a theta? A theta is equal to a, because we have given Hermitian matrix. And what is the necessary and sufficient condition for a matrix to be Hermitian? Is a theta is equal to a. So a theta is equal to a. So x theta a x, clear, is equal to lambda bar x theta x, lambda bar x theta x. Okay. So because x theta theta is x and a theta is equal to a, because a is Hermitian matrix. Now from 2 and 3, this one is 3 and this one is 2. Now this x a theta is equal this x a theta. Clear? This means this result equal to this result. Clear? So lambda x theta x is equal to lambda bar x theta, and that can be written as like this way. But x is not equal to O. X theta is not equal to O. So x theta x is not equal to null matrix, right? This means lambda minus lambda bar is equal to 0. This means lambda minus lambda bar is equal to 0. and lambda minus lambda bar is equal to 0 means lambda is equal to lambda bar, and this is only possible if lambda is real. This completes the proof. So eigenvalue of a Hermitian matrix are real. Clear? Are real. This completes the proof. तो अब देखिए इस प्रॉब्लम में जो मेथडोलॉजी है वो स्लाइटली चेंज की गई है. ठीक है, आपको प्रूव क्या करना है? लैम्डा रियल है, और रियल प्रूव करने के लिए क्या प्रूव करना पड़ेगा कि लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू लैम्डा बार है, और लैम्डा इज इक्वल टू लैम्डा बार प्रूव करने के लिए आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा? लैम्डा माइनस लैम्डा बार इज इक्वल टू 0 प्रूव करना पड़ेगा. क्लियर? और इसको प्रूव करने के लिए आपको ये मेथड यूज किया गया है. ओके, सो ax is equal to lambda x. So pre-multiplying both sides by x theta, we get x theta ax is equal to this result. Taking transposed conjugate, you will get the same result of left hand side, but right hand side is slightly different. And compare right hand side of these two results, you will get lambda is real. Now next property is show that characteristic roots of skew Hermitian matrix are either pure imaginary or 0. Either pure imaginary or 0. Suppose A is skew Hermitian matrix, and we know when A is skew Hermitian matrix, then eta A is Hermitian matrix. Then eta A is Hermitian matrix. Now let lambda is an eigenvalue of A and x be the eigenvector corresponding. Okay, then by definition Ax is equal to lambda x. So pre-multiplying both sides by eta, we obtain this result. We obtain this result. Eta ax is equal to eta lambda x. ये क्या शो करता है? ये शो करता है lambda I is an eigenvalue of eta a. Right? By definition, eta lambda is an eigenvalue of eta a. So eta lambda is an eigenvalue of eta a. And you know what is eta a? Eta a is Hermitian. Eta a is Hermitian, and we know property number 10, the eigenvalues of a Hermitian matrix are real. This means that eta lambda is real. Clear? Hermitian matrix are real. Property number 10. So this means eta lambda is real. और eta lambda real कब होगा? या तो वो प्योर इमेजिनरी होगा, तभी eta eta स्क्वायर हो जाएगा. क्लियर? eta eta means eta स्क्वायर हो जाएगा, या आपका ये 0 हो जाएगा लैम्डा. ओके, सो आइदर लैम्डा must be 0 or pure imaginary. This completes the proof. This completes the proof. Okay. So all these properties are very, very important, right? So one more topic, last topic here we will discuss. What is orthogonal vector? Already you know orthogonal matrix, but here we define what is orthogonal vector. So let x and y be real n vectors, then x is said to be orthogonal to y. Two vectors orthogonal. Clear? दोनों जो vectors हैं वो normal to each other or perpendicular to each other in simple way. Okay. So let x and y be two real n vectors, then x is said to be orthogonal to y if x dash y is equal to O. So when x dash y is equal to O, then x is orthogonal to B, y. Now let x and y be two complex n vectors. Let x and y be two complex n vectors, then x is said to be orthogonal to y if x theta y is equal to O. Clear? So when we have real vectors, then x dash y is O, and when we have complex n vectors, then x theta y is equal to O. Okay. So remember these two definitions. Okay. So question first is for a symmetrical square matrix. For a symmetrical square matrix, show that the eigenvectors corresponding to two unequal eigenvalues are orthogonal. Symmetric square matrix, eigenvectors, two unequal eigenvalues are orthogonal. So let us prove this result. Now let x1 and x2 be two eigenvectors corresponding to two unequal eigenvalues lambda 1 and lambda 2 of a symmetrical square matrix A. Then by definition, Ax1 is equal to lambda 1 x1. This result number 1 we have given. Okay. Ax is equal to lambda 2x. This second result we have given. Two unequal means lambda 1 is not equal to lambda 2 is given. Symmetrical square matrix, this means A dash is equal to A. So all these results are given. So by using all these important results which are given here, prove that eigenvectors corresponding to two unequal eigenvalues are orthogonal. Clear? To show that x1, x2 are orthogonal vectors, that is, we have to show that x2 dash x1 is equal to O. अब ये सारे वैल्यूज दे रखा हुआ है और आपको ये चीज प्रूव करनी है by using all these important results. Okay, you have to show that x2 dash x1 is equal to O. This means x1 and x2 are orthogonal. x1 and x2 are orthogonal. अब देखो इसको कैसे प्रूव करोगे. Now let us start. Remember, let us start lambda 1 x2 dash x1. आपको शो करना है x2 dash x1 is equal to O. Clear? आपको क्या शो करना है? x2 dash x1 is equal to O. तो x2 dash x1 is equal to O शो करना है. तो हम यहां से स्टार्ट कर रहे हैं lambda 1 x2 dash x1. ओके, इस lambda 1 को अंदर ले आए तो आपका रिजल्ट ये बनेगा. बट lambda 1 x1 is ax1. We know this statement. Okay, now this result is equal to, ये जो है इस a को इधर ले आए x2 dash a, and we know a is a dash, so x2 dash a dash. Clear? And this result can be written as ax2 dash x1, and ax2 is lambda 2 x2 dash as it is x1, and this result can be written as lambda 2 x2 dash x1. So this result and this result, see the difference. Lambda 1 x2 dash x1 is equal to lambda 2 x2 dash x1. This means both are equal. This means this result is equal to O. Two unequal eigenvalues means lambda 1 is not equal to lambda 2. Even then this result is O. This means x2 dash x1 is equal to O. Because this one is not equal, so this result is not equal to 0. Hence x2 dash x1 is equal to O. This implies that x1 x2 are orthogonal vectors. Clear? So this result is really very interesting. Okay, how can we prove this important relation x2 dash x1 is equal to O? Okay, now one more interesting problem. Show that any eigenvectors corresponding to two distinct eigenvalues of a Hermitian matrix are orthogonal. Hermitian matrix are orthogonal. So on the same line, these are two eigenvectors corresponding to two distinct eigenvalues. Then this statement is given, this statement is given, and A is Hermitian. A is Hermitian matrix. And we know the eigenvalues of a Hermitian matrix are real. This means both are real. Clear? And A is Hermitian means these are the necessary and sufficient condition for a matrix to be Hermitian. So all these statements are given. And one more thing is lambda 1 is not equal to lambda 2. This statement is also given. Okay, this statement is also given. Two distinct eigenvalues. Okay. Now to show x1 x2 are orthogonal vectors, that is to show lambda 2 theta x1 is equal to O. अब डैश नहीं चलेगा क्योंकि ये हर्मिशियन मैट्रिक्स है. These are complex matrices. तो field is complex field. So in complex field, these two vectors are orthogonal if x2 theta x1 is equal to O. अब इस result को prove कैसे करना है? So start from again lambda 1 x2 theta x1. Clear? Now this term can be written like this: x2 theta lambda 1 को अंदर ले गए lambda 1 x1. But lambda 1 x1 is ax1. Clear? ax1. And इस a को इसके साथ जोड़ दिया. x to theta a x1, but a is a theta, a is a theta, clear? So a is a theta, or in other words we can write ax2 power theta x1, and ax2 is lambda 2 x2, and lambda 2 x2 is, we can write lambda bar x2 theta x1, and lambda 2 is real, so this means that lambda 2 bar is lambda 2 x2 theta. So lambda 1 is real means lambda 1 is equal to lambda 1 bar, lambda 2 is equal to lambda 2 bar, clear? So this, and this means lambda 1 x2 theta x1 is equal to lambda 2 x2 theta x1, and finally we produce this type of result. Now lambda 1 is not equal to lambda 2, clear? This means x2 theta x1 is equal to O. So these two vectors are orthogonal vectors. So in this way you can evaluate this whole process of this important result. Any eigenvectors corresponding to two distinct eigenvalues of a Hermitian matrix are orthogonal, ठीक है? तो पहले जब भी इस टाइप की प्रॉब्लम आती है तो जो भी दे रखा हुआ है पहले एक साइड आप सारे उन चीजों को लिख लो, ठीक है? दिस वन इज गिवन, 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 मीन्स दिस वन इज गिवन, this one is given, okay? And all these type of problems start from lambda 1 x2 theta x1, okay? And solve this type of problem. Now last question, okay? Show that eigenvectors, any eigenvectors corresponding to two distinct eigenvalues of a unitary matrix are orthogonal, clear? So again we follow the same process, okay? So let x1 and x2 are two eigenvectors and corresponding to two eigenvalues lambda 1 and lambda 2 of a unitary matrix A, then by definition first result, second result, okay? And since A is unitary matrix, so eigenvalues have absolute value 1. This statement is given, okay? Absolute value 1 means determinant lambda 1, magnitude lambda 1 is equal to 1. This means lambda 1 square magnitude 1. This means lambda 1 bar is equal to 1. This means lambda 1 bar is equal to 1 over lambda 1. This statement is given, clear? Similarly, lambda 2 bar is equal to 1 over lambda 2. So ultimately this one is given, this one is given, this one is given, this fourth statement is given. And unitary matrix, by definition A theta is equal to I. So this fifth statement is also given. So using all these 5 statements, okay? And one more thing is two distinct eigenvalues. So this statement is also given. Lambda 1 is not equal to lambda 2. So when all these statements are given, then you have to show that x2 theta x1 is equal to O. x2 theta x1 is equal to O. अब इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व कैसे करना है, ठीक है? नाउ taking conjugate transpose of 2, taking conjugate transpose of 2, this ax2 theta is equal to lambda 2 x2 theta. This means x2 theta a theta is equal to lambda 2 bar x2 theta. So one is this, and third we have calculate this, okay? Now from 1 and 3, x2 theta a theta and ax, clear, is equal to lambda 2 bar x2 theta lambda 1 x1. अब इन दोनों को मिला दो, ठीक है? इन दोनों को मिला दो तो a थीटा a यहां पे आ गया, इज इक्वल टू lambda 2 lambda 1 and x2 theta x, and this means a theta a is I, clear? A theta a is I because A is Hermitian matrix, clear? So 1 minus lambda 2 bar lambda 1 x2 theta x1 is equal to 1, but lambda 2 bar is 1 over lambda 2. So lambda 1 over lambda 2, this statement 1 minus lambda 1 lambda 2 x2 theta x1 as it is equal to O, and this means lambda 2 minus lambda 1 divided by lambda 2 x2 theta x1 as it is equal to O, but here lambda 2 is not equal to lambda 1. This means this term is not equal to 0. When this term is not equal to 0, Clear? Then obviously x2 theta x1 is equal to O. This means x1, x2 are orthogonal vectors. Clear? So try to solve each and every property of eigenvalues and eigenvectors and related problems. Okay? तभी आप ये सारे concept जो हैं वो clear हो पाएंगे. Okay? So today's lecture is very very important. Okay? तो इसको आपने एक दो बार देखना है, right? और practice करनी है हर property की, ठीक है ना? Out of these properties and all these three problems are very very important even for examination point of view. Okay? Thank you very much.